So this is the new dedicated sweet pea bed, and this morning I've just come down and wet all the soil, get that nice and moist. I put an old tank of compost on. Now that compost, no nutrition in it whatsoever. It's been used 2 years running for growing carrots. So I've sprinkled some bloodfish and bone on, raked it in, watered it, and it's now ready for planting. So I'm going to get on with that now and get some sweet peas in. So when I get these sweet peas in, and these are good plants with good roots. They're a bit pale, but what I'll do is once these are all in, I shall water them with a seaweed feed and give them a little kickstart, help them get off and growing a lot better. And I'm really going to pack them in down here. And I'm going to do this all the way down, and then as they grow I can tie them in to this trellis as they go. Now these plants were well watered this morning and yesterday for that matter, but now that they're planted I'm going to give them a good watering anyway, water them in, and at this stage it's more to wash the soil around the roots of the plants to hopefully fill up any air gaps that there might be. Any air gaps in there, and what happens is the roots tend to dry out. So we don't want that happening to our plant. We've looked after them for many months now, and we're doing everything as best we can for this. And all I need to do now is just train these plants up this trellis, keep them well watered, and I will feed them with that seaweed feed. As I said, it's a liquid feed, and that's different from the calcified seaweed that I spoke about the other day. Still got a load of sweet peas there, but I'm going to go and plant them somewhere else now. So this is my 2 companion planting beds, and this year what I'm hoping to do is to grow plants together and get food out of it and flowers all at the same time, and hopefully with each other protecting itself to a degree as much as possible. And you can see I've put half a dozen wigwams up, and I've connected them all at the top for a very good reason. I've got some cobia at home, which is the cup and saucer plant, trailing growing plants, and I'm hoping that along these verticals, along these horizontals, let's get it right, they will grow along there and make it look nice. And these first 2 here is where I'm putting the remainder of this tray of sweet peas. Now, when I weeded these beds out, there wasn't much weed in here, but I weeded them about a week ago. I noticed a couple of extra plants in here. You bear in mind, in that mess over there's a few lupins. Well, I think some of the seed have blown over because we have little lupin plants. So I'm going to rescue those first before we do anything else. And here's another one, and I think this one might be an achillea, so I'm going to plant that one up. It might be a weed, but that's definitely a lupin. And then we come down and there's a few more here, so I'm going to rescue all these out, and then we'll get busy planting. So I'm just going to gently dig these out if I can. There's not much of a root on it, but I'll pop it in one of these module trays, and hopefully they will grow on to something I can plant out next year. And it's plants for free. There we go, that's a much better root on that one. You can see they're really good sized plants. And then this one comes along, which is a tiny thing. But it's worthwhile doing, and if you've got this relationship with your plants and you get to know and recognise them, you're able to do these things. So there we go, I'll fill the rest of these up. Plants for free. So I'm just going to plant up this wigwam with some of these sweet peas. and these eventually can just get on with it really. And with these on a cane, I just tend to wrap them round like so. Eventually they'll take. I'll just put 2 per cane, and that should be enough. So I've got a little gutter of peas here, and these are Blauwschokker, and I've just drawn out a shallow trench here, and hopefully these are just going to slide in. Give them a tap first. No, it never goes according to plan. There we go. Just bring the soil back around them. And these are a purple pea, and they'll grow about 5 foot tall. I say purple, when you cook them they turn green. There we go. Just water them now, and I'll give them some support as they grow. Champion. So that's it. I've got the first couple of TPs planted up with sweet peas, and they should look lovely, and the smell will be divine coming in and out of this tunnel to that. Being able to walk through them with the cobia and things growing over the top. And the first edible crop is in, these peas, the Blauwschokker. And over this next week or so, I can start putting more plants in and sowing some seeds. And I've even rescued a few plants as well from this bed before I started. So this is all started, it's underway now, and I couldn't be happier. So that's it for today. I've rescued a few plants, planted a few plants, planted some sweet peas here, some peas and sweet peas in the other bed. And don't forget, if you want to follow on with this, just hit the big red button down here, the subscribe button. Leave a comment underneath if you want to, ask a question. Hit the like button if you want to. Do all that lovely stuff for me, and I'll be very appreciative of it. And say you can come back and see how these things grow and how I tie them in and how I treat the plants and harvest them. What other things I'm going to be adding to the companion bed. I'm really excited about that, because it's something I've not done for a few years, and I've not done on the scale that I'm hoping to do it this year. So that's really exciting for me, hopefully for yourselves too. But that's it for today. Look after yourselves, everyone. Please stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon. Ta-ra now.